People want to make sure that as rebuilding occurs, as things go on in California, they have to be resilient so that these sorts of things can't happen again. And the policies of the liberal administration out there, I believe, have made these fires worse. I expect that there will be strings attached to money that is ultimately approved.
I mean, that's a new thing. I mean, I've never heard of federal disaster relief funding ever have stipulations of whatever policies the Republicans are trying to implement on the Democrats, because, you know, they don't agree with each other policies. So if we're going to start holding disaster reliefs to get either parties to change their political views, that's a dangerous situation to be in. So Dana Basher, what Senate world was that? And let's listen to it.
There were not significant strings attached when the Congress gave money to states that were affected by Hurricane Helene and Milton, states that are run largely by Republicans. These are red states.
But yeah, we are switching administration. So, you know, what Trump needs to do when he gets inaugurated, he needs to go down there like every president does and actually be presidential and say, hey, California, I'm here for you. Because there's Republicans that are in California too. So this is happening to Republicans. And for them to just act like it's just happening for Democrats, on like it's some type of spiritual shit, it's some straight bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, there was roughly $100 billion in that aid that was rolled into a larger bill to keep the government open. You know, you've heard some conservatives in the past say that they need to cut spending to offset the amount of money that goes to federal aid efforts, but usually that's a small portion of the House Republican Conference or Senate Republican Conference. This is a Republican leader, the number 2 Republican, John Barrasso, saying there will be some strings attached. It's unclear exactly what that means, but the process will work like this. The White House Budget Office, which would be run by Russ Vought, who's a conservative nominee to run that office, assuming that he is confirmed, they'll put out a request for how much money they want. Then it'll go through the Senate and the House to figure out what they want. Now, if Vought and Trump are demanding certain conditions, then that's where the Republican leadership ultimately is going to be, and that would be a shift, considerable shift than what we've seen in the past, which is bipartisan support behind a lot of money that's needed for places that desperately are hit hard.
Just like Manaraju from CNN explained, it's going to take a whole lot of rebuilding. Republicans don't even want to give kids free food at school. And you think they're going to go to California and make it rain and make the climate all moist to where fires don't start up like that? Come on.
The rebuilding is going to take years. It's going to cost tens of billions of dollars to rebuild. It's going to require a significant federal partner. You've heard local officials over the last couple of days saying they need Donald Trump and his administration to be fully supportive of the federal rebuilding effort, and they're pushing him to actually come and visit as well. They believe that maybe they're making some progress in getting him there, but that will be the big question. They're going to have to figure out how much money that will be needed for California, what conditions, if any, to place on that money. There's some suggestions from Republicans that there would be conditions, and whether Democrats would agree to that. And typically these things are done, there's bipartisan support, and there's lots of money that goes into places that are hit by natural disasters. Will that happen this time? That's going to be a big question for the new administration. Will they put past grievances aside and come together? It's uncertain.
I mean, after sucking all that bullshit news, I mean, when Democrats take back power, I mean, they could win in the midterms. They could take back control of the House of Representatives. I mean, it's only a 2-seat margin. So if the Democrats get back in office and they play the same type of politics and say, hey, Republicans, we're not going to give you money unless you do green agenda stuff, we're not going to go anywhere. So if you guys enjoy bullshit news, please subscribe. And thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.